Exercise set B, question 3. The main story behind this exercise is that we have a stochastic process, but we are interested to see what would happen to it if we change its sampling frequency. And it is common in finance this is of practical importance to see how things go on by after changing sampling frequency. In finance, for example, we get daily data, but we may change it to weekly and monthly. So it is interesting to know if, for example, the original stochastic process has some properties. Does it mean that if we change its sampling frequency, the new constructed stochastic process will carry on having the same property or not? The way it's been done is that the indices will be changed, of course. For example, here at time 0 for this new process, we assign y0 to time 0 of x. We skip this. We assign the next value to the second value of x, and so on and so forth. For example, if we have daily data, we just use the first of the week and end of the week data point to construct a new weekly process. Well, that is it about the problem statement. Well, now let's go to the solution part. We need to show that the covariance of x1 minus x0 and x2 minus x1 is 0. That is, we need to show the covariance between the increments are 0. And note that if you get a skill and can do this, it is easy to do those exercises that are in the book. So let's get to the solution part of this. Since we want to show the covariance between increments are 0, we rewrite our process in terms of the process that we know its property. Here we know that y follows a random walk tree. So rewriting this new process in terms of the original or old process, we obtain this relationship. In fact, we haven't done anything so far. We just rewrote what's already given in the problem statement. Now, going one step further, and we write y in terms of its increments, and noting that it is RW3. The point is, why we do this? Because we know R follows a random walk, and there is a specific definition and property of a random walk that applies to the increments of y, not y itself. So rewriting y in terms of its increment, this is again follows from the definition of increment. We haven't done anything new yet. We are just rearranging our information in a way that can be used. So after rewriting y in terms of its increment, we are going to rewrite this increment of x, the new process, in terms of the increment of our original process. So if we just replace these equivalent values, we obtain this expression that we are required to find the covariance between these two expressions that are in terms of increment of y. So using the covariance properties and expand this covariance, we obtain the following expression. These expressions are all one. But since y follows a random walk, any increment of any time, the covariance between its increments of any time is going to be 0. So all these terms are going to be 0. Therefore, to sum up, we have showed that the covariance between increments of this new process is going to be 0. This is the end of question 3, exercise set B.